For over 100 years, Earth stayed quiet. No signals, no colonies, no warships. Just silence. The galaxy moved on. Alien empires grew stronger. They fought each other, traded goods, and claimed new planets. But no one talked about Earth anymore. To them, Earth was finished. A dead world, a lost people. They were weak, the aliens said. They were soft, others laughed. They don't belong in space. And so Earth became a joke, a funny story told by drunk pilots in alien bars. The planet that tried to fight and lost everything. But something was wrong. Strange things started happening near the edge of the Sol system. Small probes vanished. Signals got jammed, and a few scout ships never returned. Most alien leaders ignored the signs. "It's nothing," they said. "Just space storms or pirates." But one young alien scout named Kaval was not so sure. Kaval was from the Thal Empire, a strong and proud race. He flew a fast recon ship called Echo 7. His mission was simple: fly near Earth's system and collect data. No one believed Earth could be dangerous. Not anymore. So they sent Kaval alone. He entered the system quietly. His ship was hidden, silent, cold. He moved past Pluto and slowed near Neptune. He pointed his sensors toward Earth. Still far, but close enough to listen. Then he saw it, a pattern in the data. Tiny signals, faint, like whispers, coming from behind Earth's moon. "Strange," Kaval muttered. "This should be empty space." He tried to zoom in with his long-range scanner. The picture came in blurry at first. Then he saw it. A shape. Big. Very big. Hidden. In the moon's shadow. Not moving. Not blinking. But clearly not a rock. "A ship?" Kaval whispered. It didn't make sense. Earth had no ships. No fleet. Nothing left. He turned on the deeper scan. And then, for 1 second, the shape blinked. Not a light. Not a signal, a power surge. Something was alive inside that ship. Keval pulled back. His hands shook. He sent a full report to his command. The message read, "Large unknown object detected near Earth's moon. Possible Dreadnought-class vessel. No IFF signal. Recommend full investigation. Possible threat." Hours later, the reply came. Laughter. The message said, "Good joke, Keval. Earth doesn't have ships. Come home." Back in the Thal Council chambers, high commanders laughed at the report. Earth with a dreadnought? Impossible! "Maybe the human ghosts are building ships now," one joked. They dismissed the scouts' warning. But they were wrong. Deep under Earth's surface, in the black void of an old mountain base, humans were awake. Monitors blinked. Screens showed ship movement across the system. Quiet messages bounced between hidden satellites. The commander of Earth's secret defense program stood in silence, watching it all. "Status?" he asked. "Kaval's probe scanned the shadow fleet," one officer replied. "Did he see enough?" "Just a glimpse." The commander nodded. "Good. Let them laugh a little longer." He turned to a glowing map. One by one, red lights lit up on the outer edges of the system. Hidden stations, stealth ships, listening posts. Earth had not been sleeping. It had been building for 100 years in silence, in darkness. Earth had prepared for war. In orbit behind the moon, the giant ship began to hum. It had no name in the alien databases, no records, no signals. But to humans, it was called the Revenant. It was their first true dreadnought, long, black, and silent, built with both human and stolen alien tech, powered by fusion and fear. Armored with metal no laser could melt. And it wasn't alone. One by one, more ships uncloaked, each one massive, each one deadly, all of them waiting for Earth's signal, waiting for the right time, waiting for the galaxy to stop laughing. In the far reaches of space, alien empires kept laughing. They told stories of the old war. They mocked Earth's defeat. They never asked what happened to Earth's last scientists. They never asked why Earth's colonies went dark. They never asked why Earth stopped sending signals. They just believed what they wanted. That Earth was weak, that Earth was broken, that Earth was done. But they were wrong, deadly wrong, because Earth had been silent for too long, and the silence was about to end. The galaxy still laughed. Even after Kevil's warning, even after the strange scan, the alien leaders did nothing. They thought Earth was just making noise. They didn't believe in ghosts. They didn't believe Earth could fight again. They didn't believe anything could be hiding behind the moon, but they were wrong. Behind Earth's moon, in the deep shadows where light never touched, something waited. It was not one ship. It was many, 10, 20, 50, more, all of them black, all of them silent. They floated like sharks in still water. No lights, no sounds, no signals. They didn't need them. These were Earth's hidden warships. For years they had stayed cloaked. For years they trained in secret. They had no names in alien records, no warnings, no flags. But every ship had a purpose. Revenge. On Earth, under a mountain bunker, Commander Rains stood before a glowing map. Red dots circled the moon. "Are the ships in position?" he asked. "Yes, sir," replied a young officer. "Cloak holding, energy levels stable." Commander Rains nodded. "Good. Let them stay hidden. We wait." The room was quiet, but it wasn't fear. It was focus. For 100 years they had waited. 100 years of silence. 100 years of planning. Now, the trap was almost ready. Far across the stars, in the Galactic Council Hall, Ambassador Varn of the Thal Empire slammed the table. "This is nonsense! Earth is weak! We destroyed them long ago!" Another ambassador from the Krell Dominion hissed, "Then why are our scouts missing? Why are our probes vanishing?" The room fell silent. No one had answers. But no one wanted to believe Earth was rising again. They couldn't believe it. Because if Earth was back, it meant everything they knew was wrong. Back near the Sol system, a new alien patrol ship entered orbit. It was large, fast, and armed. It came from the Jaru Union, a proud warrior race. The Jaru captain looked down at Earth from his command screen. "Still no signals, just silence," he laughed. "This is a ghost planet." Then his ship's alarm screamed. "Unknown objects detected, directly ahead." "What?" the captain shouted. The screen showed nothing, just darkness, and then they appeared. One by one, the Earth warships decloaked. They didn't rush. They didn't speak. They didn't even aim weapons. They just floated there, huge, cold, watching. The Jaru crew stared in shock. What are those?" someone whispered. No answer. The Earth ships were unlike anything the Jaru had ever seen. Sharp edges, strange engines, armor that looked alive, and they were completely silent. Then, without a word, the Earth ships moved. Not fast, not slow, just enough to make the alien crew panic. "Raise shields! Arm weapons!" the Jaru captain screamed. But it was too late. One of the Earth dreadnoughts fired. It wasn't a laser. It wasn't a missile. It was something new. A beam of white light, hotter than any sun. The Jaru ship's shield melted in seconds, then its hull, then its engines. It didn't explode. It just vanished. Turned to dust. Back on Earth, Commander Rains watched the screen. "Target eliminated," an officer reported. "Did they send a signal before they died?" Rains asked. "No, sir." "Perfect." He turned to the rest of the command team. "This is just the beginning," he said. "Let the galaxy wonder. Let them fear. But not yet. We stay in the shadows." Meanwhile, deep in alien space, Keval, the young scout, watched the news feed in horror. His friends laughed at him again. Still dreaming about ghost ships? But Keval didn't laugh. He had seen the shadow. He had felt it. And now he knew something they didn't. Earth was not just alive. Earth was hunting. The Jeru patrol ship never sent a message. One moment it was watching Earth. The next, it was gone. No escape. No survivors. Only silence. But Earth did not stop. From behind the moon, 20 more human warships came into view. Dreadnoughts, carriers, destroyers, all black, all deadly. The stars around Earth began to change, because now they were filled with metal. The Shadow Fleet had arrived. In the bunker below Earth's surface, Commander Rains gave the next order. Bring the fleet into low orbit. Let them see us. Sir, the officer asked. What if they attack? They won't, Rains replied, smiling. They're still laughing. Far away in council space, confusion spread. A second patrol ship went missing, then a third. Scouts, who entered Earth's system, vanished without a trace. No one returned. No data. No warnings. Alien leaders grew nervous. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Back on Earth, Commander Rains stood before his war council. The room was quiet, but the air felt heavy, like a storm was coming. Today, he said, we end the silence. At Diu, the edge of the Sol system, a large alien fleet approached. 30 ships, 3 empires, all sent to investigate Earth. They didn't come to talk. They came to show power. The lead ship opened a channel. A tall alien with silver skin appeared on the human screen. This is Admiral Vok of the Kalan Armada, he said. Earth is not allowed to build warships. You are in violation of galactic law. Power down your fleet or be destroyed. Commander Rains gave a calm answer. No. Admiral Vok blinked. Excuse me? You made a mistake, Rains said. You thought Earth was weak. You thought we forgot, but we didn't. This is your final warning. No, Rains said again. This is your final warning. Then the screen went black. At that moment, the human fleet moved. Fast. Too fast. Alien ships tried to react, raising shields, turning to fire, backing. Away. But it was useless. Earth's dreadnoughts fired. Blue beams of plasma. Silent missiles that turned in space like sharks. EMP blasts that fried alien computers instantly. The first line of alien ships exploded within seconds. The second line tried to retreat. They never got the chance. Human fighters launched from hidden carriers and tore through them like paper. From above Earth, it looked like a storm of fire in space. Alien ships spun out of control, burning and breaking apart. No escape pods. No mercy. In less than 4 minutes, the alien fleet was gone. Not one ship survived. The space around Earth was now quiet again, but not peaceful. This silence was full of fear. Commander Rains looked at the map. The red dots were gone. Only green lights remained. His ships. Status? He asked. All targets destroyed, his officer said. No damage to our fleet. Rains nodded. Broadcast to deep space. What message, sir? He paused for a second, then said, This is Earth. We are back. We will not bow. We will not forget. Any ship that enters this system will not leave alive. Across the galaxy, the message spread like wildfire. At first, no one believed it, but then video footage leaked. Alien fleets burning, Earth ships rising from the dark, the silence turning to fire. Panic spread. Some alien worlds locked down, others called emergency meetings. The council went into chaos. The question now was no longer, is Earth still alive? It was, what does Earth want? In a small outpost, far from any major system, Kival, the young scout, watched the message replay on a screen. He remembered what he saw near Earth's moon. The shape, the power, the fear in his chest. Now the galaxy was feeling the same fear. They didn't listen, he whispered. They should have listened. But Earth wasn't done. The Shadow Fleet was moving again. This time it wasn't staying near the moon. Earth had stayed quiet for 100 years. Now, it was done waiting. The galaxy was quiet, but not in peace. It was the kind of silence that comes before a storm. Earth had spoken, loud and clear. A single human fleet had destroyed 3 alien empires' patrol ships. No warnings, no survivors. Now every empire was afraid. In the Galactic Council Hall, leaders from dozens of species met in secret. They watched the recordings again and again. The humans had weapons no one had seen before. Their ships were faster, smarter, stronger. And they didn't speak, they acted. They shouldn't have this kind of power, one alien shouted. They were broken, said another. They were supposed to be gone, but they weren't. Earth had been hiding, and now Earth was hunting. In a dark corner of Council space on the planet Voro 6, the Krell Dominion built one of their largest weapon factories. It made plasma cannons, starfighter engines, and war drones. Every empire used Krell tech, but the humans had a plan. They were going to destroy it. Commander Rains stood aboard the Revenant, Earth's lead dreadnought. A map of the galaxy glowed before him. Red markers showed enemy locations. Green markers showed Earth's hidden agents. One red dot blinked. Voro 6. Rains pointed to it. This is their backbone, he said. Without this factory, half their fleets go blind. Captain Hale stepped forward. You want a raid? Rains shook his head. No, I want them to feel fear. Total fear. 3 human stealth cruisers jumped to hyperspace. They arrived just outside the Voro 6 system. No one saw them come. No one expected Earth to strike so deep into enemy space. The factory's defense systems were relaxed. No alarms, no shields up. The Krell still believed Earth was only defending, not attacking. They were wrong. The human ships didn't send a message. They didn't ask for surrender. They just opened fire. From behind a gas cloud, Earth's cruisers launched a single weapon. Project Black Star. It wasn't a bomb. It wasn't a beam. It was a gravity spike. A small, silent missile that bent space around it for 10 seconds. The result? A crushing pull, like a black hole. Everything near it collapsed. The factory, its ships, its defense towers, all crushed in. Silence. Not exploded, not burned, just flattened. And then, gone. By the time the Krell noticed, it was over. The factory vanished from every system map. Even the space dust had vanished. On the Revenant, Rains received the confirmation. Target. Voro 6 eliminated. He said nothing. Just stared at the star map. Another red dot blinked. Another target. The galaxy couldn't believe it. Earth wasn't just defending. It was attacking and winning. Fast. On the planet Doran Prime, the Thal Empire was in panic. They sent 20 ships to protect their own weapon depot. But when the ships arrived, the depot was already gone. A single Earth stealth drone had slipped in days earlier. It planted a self-replicating nanovirus. The depot's machines melted from the inside. Out, no noise, no fire, just ruin. Back at the Galactic Council, emergency meetings turned into shouting matches. They're attacking everyone. Earth is going to start a war. Earth already has started the war. And in the middle of it all, no one had a solution because no one knew how many Earth ships existed, or where they were, or who was next. In deep space, Caval, the young scout, watched the chaos from a small listening post. He had once warned them. He had once seen the shadow behind the moon. Now the shadow was spreading. He stared at the stars and whispered, "They still don't understand. Earth doesn't want peace anymore." Commander Rains stood alone on the bridge of the Revenant. A message came through from Earth HQ. "You are cleared for next phase." Rains looked at the crew. "Tell the fleet, we are no longer in defense mode." "What's the new order?" his officer asked. Rains turned toward the stars. "We take the war to them now. The ships of the Shadow Fleet prepared for full deployment. New targets loaded. New weapons armed. No more waiting. No more hiding. Earth had been silent for 100 years. Now it was ready to burn the stars. Earth was no longer defending, it was conquering. Across the galaxy, old powers trembled. The names of ancient empires, Krell, Thal, Varnock, once feared and respected, now whispered Earth's name with terror. The Shadow Fleet struck again and again. Factories gone. Warships destroyed. Planets burned without warning. But this was only the beginning. Earth had a plan, and the galaxy didn't see it coming. On Earth, under the ruins of old Washington, D.C., the High Command met for the first time in open daylight. They had nothing to hide now. Above them, human dreadnoughts hovered in the sky like steel gods. Commander, Rains stood at the center of the table. "It's time to move to Phase 2, he said. "Which system?" asked Admiral Leon. "All of them," Rains replied. Silence filled the room. Then he explained, "We're not just destroying fleets anymore. We're building something new. We will rise as the next galactic empire." The first target was simple, the neutral zone, a star system with 12 planets rich in fuel and minerals. No strong government, only trade routes and smugglers. Earth sent 5 ships. They arrived silently. No shots fired. They didn't need to fight. Instead, they offered a deal. To the smugglers and traders, the humans said, "You can run from the old powers, or you can join us. We protect, we supply, we pay." In tech. But if you betray us, you vanish. Most agreed within hours. Some tried to flee. Their ships were never found again. The neutral zone was now under Earth's flag. A new symbol began to spread. A silver Earth inside a black circle. No stars, no borders. It meant one thing: do not resist. Join or disappear. In just 3 weeks, Earth claimed 7 systems, without full battles, without long talks, just fast strikes, simple choices. The galaxy didn't understand. They were still using old tactics, big fleets, loud threats, slow politics, but Earth was using fear, speed, and silence. It worked. Back in Council space, panic turned to betrayal. Old allies blamed each other. Empires closed their borders. Some even sent secret messages to Earth. "We are ready to surrender. Please don't attack. We will serve." Earth accepted only a few. The rest were marked. Targets. On. The Revenant, Earth's flagship, Commander Rains spoke to the fleet. The message was sent across Earth's new systems. "We are no longer the broken world. We are not weak. We are not forgotten. We are the shadow you feared. Earth's empire has risen, and we do not kneel." People across human colonies cheered. For too long, they had hidden. For too long, they lived under alien rules. Now they felt pride again. Earth was strong. Earth was feared. And Earth was finally leading. Keval, the young scout who once warned about Earth, watched the new map updates in disbelief. Earth's borders were growing fast, system after system. He whispered, "They're building an empire faster than anyone in history." He knew what was coming next, and he was right. Because Earth had one final surprise. A city, not on Earth, but in space. A giant space station, hidden for decades in the Kuiper Belt, was now activated. Named Unity Prime, it was larger than any alien. Station. It had factories, weapons, homes, and ports. It was not just a station. It was Earth's capital in space. From now on, this would be the center of the new human empire, and it could move across space, from system to system, spreading Earth's control like wildfire. When alien spies caught glimpses of Unity Prime, they couldn't believe it. "This is impossible," one admiral shouted, but it was real, and it was too late to stop it. At the center of Unity Prime, Commander Rains looked out into the stars. Beside him, a young officer asked, "Sir, should we stop now?" Rains didn't answer right away. Then, he said, "They mocked us. They burned our world. They erased us from their history. We are not here to stop. We are here to rewrite the galaxy. The Galactic Council was collapsing. What was once the most powerful organization in the galaxy was now just a building full of fear. The alien empires that once ruled the stars no longer trusted each other. They blamed each other for Earth's rise. They argued, they shouted, they begged. But it was too late. Earth had already taken more than 15 star systems. Its warships were everywhere. Its flag was rising on worlds the Council had ignored for centuries. And now, Earth was coming for the Council itself. Deep inside Unity Prime, Earth's mobile capital, Commander Rains stood before the high officers. Large hologram of the galaxy floated in the air. A blinking red marker glowed at the center. Council Prime, the heart of the old order. "This is where it ends," Rains said. "They exiled us. They erased us. They laughed at us." Now Earth was going to show them the cost. In Council space, defense fleets waited. 5 alien empires had joined together to protect Council Prime. Over 300 ships, heavy cannons, orbital shields. They were ready for war. But Earth did not come with 300 ships. It came with 60. That's all. The aliens laughed again, until Earth's fleet arrived, and the laughing stopped. The Earth ships were different now, larger, faster, strange, glowing. Cores in their centers. No heat signatures, no weak points. Alien sensors couldn't lock on. "It's like they're ghosts," one officer whispered. But they were not ghosts. They were the future. The battle began without a warning shot. Earth's warships moved in perfect silence. No radio chatter, no signals. They dodged missiles like they could see the future. Their weapons didn't make sound. They just erased ships. In seconds, alien fleets fired everything they had. It didn't matter. Human ships flew through. Explosions without damage. They used weapons no one had seen before. Pulse disruptors that broke shields. Quantum slicers that cut ships in half with no impact. Hologram decoys that confused enemy sensors. Within 12 minutes, over 200 alien ships were destroyed. Only 40 remained. They tried to retreat. They were all gone within 5 more minutes. Inside, Council Prime. Alarms screamed. The leaders tried to evacuate. They were too slow. The Revenant, Earth's lead dreadnought, entered the planet's orbit. It opened its bays and dropped shock teams. Thousands of human soldiers in black armor landed. Across the planet, they were faster, stronger, and smarter than the alien guards. They didn't kill without reason, but they didn't show mercy to anyone wearing council badges. Commander Rains himself entered the council chamber, the same room where Earth was kicked out 100 years ago. The same place where they had laughed at humanity. Now it was full of smoke and fear. Alien leaders stood with their hands raised. One of them, a tall, silver-skinned Thal, spoke. "Please, we surrender." Rains stepped forward. "You're not surrendering. You're finished." He placed a small device on the floor. A hologram played. It showed Earth being removed from the council, mocked, laughed at, punished. Then came clips of Earth's ruins. Starving colonies, children crying in underground bunkers. "This is what you gave us," Rains said. "This is what we became." He turned to the remaining council members. "You had your time. Now it's our turn." Then he walked away. By nightfall, the council was gone. Its leaders arrested. Its buildings under human control. Its records erased. Earth raised its flag over the council tower, and the galaxy watched in silence. Back on Unity Prime, people cheered. Across Earth's empire, colonies celebrated. The day had come. The day Earth erased its shame and claimed victory. But Rains wasn't smiling. He stood in his private room, looking at the stars. Admiral Leon walked in. "It's over," she said. "No," Rains replied. "This was only justice." "So what comes next?" He turned toward her. Now we build something better. No more lies, no more weak rules. Earth will lead, but not like them. We don't just want revenge, we want a future. In the far edges of space, Cavall the Scout watched the news come in. Council Prime had fallen. The flags had changed, and deep down, he felt a strange mix of fear and respect. They were right all along, he whispered. Earth was never weak. We were just blind. The galaxy had changed. The Galactic Council was gone. Old empires had fallen, and in its place, something new was rising. The Empire of Earth. What began as a forgotten planet was now the most powerful force in the galaxy. No one mocked Earth anymore. Now they followed it. From Unity Prime, Earth's space capital, Commander Rains gave the first speech to the galaxy. His words were broadcast on every screen across every system Earth now controlled. He stood tall, calm, and proud. Behind him, the silver-black flag of Earth waved with quiet strength. 100 years ago, you exiled us. You said Earth was weak. You laughed as we burned. But Earth survived. We didn't ask for revenge. We built it. We didn't beg for peace. We earned respect. He paused, letting silence speak for him. This is not the end. This is the beginning. The galaxy will not fear Earth. The galaxy will stand with Earth. Under one law, one banner, one order, the new order of Earth. The speech shocked many, inspired others. Planets that once feared Earth now sent requests to join the Empire. Even former enemies began to ask for protection under Earth's rule. But joining the new order wasn't easy. Earth had rules. No slavery. No corruption, no war unless needed. If you broke those rules, Earth did not send warnings. It sent warships. Inside Unity Prime, Earth built something no one had seen before. A galactic forum, a new council made from humans and aliens who had earned Earth's trust. Not just powerful leaders, but scientists, workers, and even soldiers. They didn't sit in golden chairs. They sat at a round table because Earth believed in one message now. No one above, no one below, only unity. On Earth, cities were reborn. The old ruins were cleared. Green towers rose where ash once covered the ground. Children walked freely under the open sky again. And above, Earth's defense grid, the Aegis shield, watched silently. Nothing would harm Earth again. Never again. In the far corners of the galaxy, some still resisted. Small rebel groups, old warlords, forgotten pirate fleets. They refused the new order. They called it control. They called it tyranny. But every time they attacked, they were met with Earth's shadow fleet. Silent, swift, final, and slowly the resistance faded. Cavall, the scout who once saw Earth's return before anyone else, stood on the balcony of a peaceful colony. He looked at the stars and smiled. People were no longer afraid to speak. Trade flowed without theft. Children from alien and human families studied together. He turned to his daughter and said, "You are growing up in a better galaxy than I did." Back on Unity Prime, Commander Rains stood in a quiet garden. He looked tired, but proud. Admiral Leanne joined him. "Almost the entire galaxy is under Earth's law now," she said. Rains nodded. "Do you think we went too far?" she asked. He didn't answer for a moment. Then he said, "Sometimes peace needs strength, and sometimes strength must come from pain." She looked at the stars above. "They will write about us for 1,000 years." He smiled faintly. "Let them. But I don't care about stories. I care about tomorrow. And so, the war that began in silence ended with unity. Not just Earth's victory, but Earth's leadership. The forgotten world had become the guiding star of the galaxy. They mocked Earth's weakness, but in the end, Earth rewrote the future.